What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. I'm hoping you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are doing well today. Energies are, let me just tell you right now, pretty intense right now. These are some very intense energies. It's around 10 p.m. right now, Eastern time. Super grateful, thankful for everyone who's been showing support. I definitely got some YouTube shorts that are coming. For those not aware right now of the current energies, I think a lot of people are definitely feeling something huge right now. We're definitely talking about some lightheadedness, a potential bloating, tired, sleepy. It might be feeling supercharged, you never know, right? So I'm hoping everyone's doing good and you guys hear me very well. Schumann resonance is spiking. I'm going to be breaking down all the data and everything that's going on. Okay. So I have been noticing a lot of technological glitches. That is something I've definitely noticed. Besides that, of course, we are in a geomagnetic storm, believe it or not, which is kind of odd. I mean, there hasn't been, there's been nothing to really hit us. So, yeah, there's no corona holes either, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, definitely some activity we need to get into. So, let's kick off with solar activity. So, welcome everyone to the stream. Hope you guys are all doing good. Alright, so we got some solar activity going on right now. A space weather live right now. We have a KP5, a G1 geomagnetic storm. We got some moderately high solar winds. But everything else is looking quite calm. No solar flares or anything strange. But our current level is decreasing. We're at a B6, which is incredibly low. Here's a look right now at the sun and the current sunspot regions. Just a little quick overview. Sunspot regions haven't really changed much. There hasn't really been anything. Now, when we look at the coronal holes, on the other hand, looking at our current sun, image 211, welcome to the stream. We do have a massive coronal hole on the top part of the sun. So this is a northern hemisphere part of the sun. This is a pretty large coronal hole. We also have one on the left side that's forming. Now, this coronal hole, welcome everyone to the stream, Addie and Jeremy. This coronal hole could be sending in some plasma, which is causing a geomagnetic storm and auroras in certain locations. So this is definitely a pretty sizable coronal hole. And of course, with a new one that is forming, as you can see on the left side, this one will probably be a trans-equatorial one, and it'll probably be facing us within 48 to 72 hours. So this is definitely something we have going on. On the left side, you could definitely see pretty massive activity towards the left side of the sun right now. Currently, we do have a few sunspots. However, of course, towards the left side, we have much more activity. Even a potential release over here. That could be a CME. Definitely look like we got some solar flares though, but definitely don't look to see, we don't see any CMEs from there, but either way, that is not Earth directed or anything like that. But yeah, based on what we're seeing right now, potential activity on the left side. Many people are definitely predicting some pretty wild things going on or will be happening. So we'll just have to see what happens. When it comes to earthquake activity, there's been so much earthquake activity. There's been a lot in America. As of now, there isn't anything significant in America other than a few of them happening right around here. There's been a few earthquakes just around Texas and New Mexico. Besides that, of course, there has been magnitude 6+ earthquakes. There has been a lot of magnitude 6+ earthquakes all over the world right now. So that is definitely something that is happening. There's been oarfish, doomsday fish in Mexico and somewhere else as well. So when we see a lot of doomsday fish coming up, doomsday fish are fish that live super low and they can only live under the deep waters because that's just how they survive and live. Once they get up, they cannot handle that type of pressure. They can only handle that really deep pressure under the water. So when the frequencies right now are changing and whatnot, and we're seeing all the changes on the Schumann resonance, right? That usually is a sign of something big to come, and that's why there's been a lot of big earthquakes happening everywhere. There's been a lot of wild things happening. So the energies have been unbelievably intense and symptoms as well. A lot of people have definitely been getting the lightheadedness, dizziness. That has been a new thing. Bloatedness and dizziness for me. But a lot of people have definitely been feeling some strange symptoms lately. The Schumann resonance, again, look at that. Now, you probably think, well, white energy is intense. Yes, white energy is really intense. But this time, we're on the spectrogram, it didn't look as intense as this one, right? However, amplitude 1 was a 53. That is usually the main amplitude we look at for power. Amplitude 2, I don't even know where that was. I think it was right around here. So that would be probably in the 40s. That's still a lot of energy. So overall, huge amount of energy. This amplitude over here, so this was a few hours ago, was around 30s, I think. No, in the 20s. So overall, a power 53 on the Schumann resonance. White energy is incredibly intense. So huge energy on the Schumann resonance, even stronger than the recent one we had. The recent one was exactly a 40 with an amplitude 2 of 60 something, if I'm not mistaken. And this one is a power 53. So the Schumann resonance is definitely intense right now. So we're definitely picking up a lot of energies. There hasn't been anything. Actually, no, we did have some really strange activity, believe it or not. Again, we have these little lines. These are usually associated, usually when they're resonating around 24 to 32 hertz. Usually when we have that, that's usually a sign of potentially something big to come, more earthquakes. And again, we've been having M6s plus quite a bit the last couple of weeks. And we've been having those strange activities on the Schumann resonance for quite a while. So, I called this out in January, and there has been quite a bit of earthquake activity. We had the biggest hurricane, no one's even talking about it, beyond a Cat 5, 195 miles an hour, 185 miles an hour at Jamaica. Nobody's even talking about it, which is crazy. I think that's crazy. It's the strongest storm of the century. We never had anything of that recorded, hitting 185 miles an hour. I think it's crazy that no one's really talking about that enough. It's not getting talked about enough. So energies are definitely intense. There is a lot of things happening. This is not fear mongering. This is more so awareness. You got to be aware of what's going on right now. The charts are not lying. They're definitely showing something, right? And whether people aren't crazy about doomsday fish and don't believe it, there's been a lot of wild things that have been happening, and especially around around pretty much big astrology based dates. I like to say it like that. There's probably a better way of saying it, but anytime around like astrology days or like a certain day or numerology date, there always is some pretty wild thing happening. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing good, by the way. Brianna, is it? Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? So that's pretty much what we got going on right now. There's the big activity. I plan on doing live streams again tomorrow and Monday. So definitely show up around 9 p.m. ish Eastern time. We'll try to get on earlier than today. Obviously, we have daylight savings. If I'm not mistaken, it's today. Daylight not savings though. It's the worst one, right? It's the opposite one. So it's gonna throw everything off. I think so. We do it tonight. It's Sunday, so we do it tonight if I'm not mistaken. Spring forward. Excuse me. How's everyone doing in the stream? Let me know how's everyone doing. Feel free to chat and talk. And make sure you guys hit the like button. I really appreciate that. We might as well talk about like what we could do during this time, because I feel like for me, I went through like a monstrous purging, monstrous clearing the last few days. It literally happened on March 3rd. Some food didn't agree with me, and I was just not feeling it. And yeah, pretty crazy. So if you go through a monstrous purge or clearing, something like that, just know, like, yeah. A lot of people have been talking about 3 days of darkness. A lot of people have been talking about a big doom event coming. It looks like it's going to be this year. So yeah. What the world? Alright, yeah, so a lot of people are talking about a massive like doomsday event happening, or I don't even know, some big thing happening. Um, it looks likable right before June. Like, not exactly that time period, but like probably within 90 days. It kind of looks like something big is gonna happen. I would assume within 90 days or this year. It just looks more likable for it to be around this time. Some people have been talking about like a 3 days of darkness or a bunch of things. So a lot of things people have been talking about. If you go through it, well, you know, I usually tend to go through things pretty early. I usually feel everything like before it happens. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. Energies are definitely intense. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.